Hola, everybody. Okay, I had to check that. That was kind of weird. That was kind of weird. But I'm a creep. I'm a weirdo. What the hell am I doing here? Okay, so today, ladies and gents, let me share my screen. We've got a couple cases we're going to talk about. First, we are going to, okay, wait, that's not the one. This is the one. Hey, Sandy, I'm waving, girl. I am waiting. You just don't see me. Here, I'll let you see me. Let me turn my light on. Oh, I don't think is it plugged up? See, I got a lot of weird stuff on my lamp, but this is my favorite. Maddie got me this for Christmas. And it's a little space guy. Really cool with a little crystal ball here. And then he's a light. Trigger warning, light. This is my searchlight. If I need to find you, this is what you will see. That's my searchlight. That is cute, cute, cute. Let me put him back up here. Stay, my friend. Stay there. Hey, Wee, how have you been? Hey, Patty. Dang, I haven't seen you forever. So this is a really sad case. And I want to try to do this so I don't get ad suitability. Because this is one of my, I have no choice. I had to monetize it. Okay, so a 10-year-old boy at the center of a horrific child ABUSE investigation in Florida, allegedly at the hands of his mother and her boyfriend, has passed away. Xavier Williams passed away on Friday, weeks after he was brought to the hospital with head-to-toe discoloration of his skin, and also, how do I say this? I'm just going to say it, you guys. Hey, Jenny. Burns. He was bruised from head to toe, and he came in with burns. His 9-year-old brother survived. He had a 9-year-old brother. Hey, Katie with a K. He had a 9-year-old brother. They are now looking to upgrade the charges. I do believe they do upgrade the charges. Oh my gosh. Why? Child's life was marked with unspeakable suffering. What we know, a 10-year-old boy in Tavares has passed away after suffering severe abuse and neglect. Kimberly Mills, the boy's mother, and Andre Walker, her boyfriend, are the ones suspected of doing this. Of course, we have to say allegedly, but we know better, right? Won't see the chat room. Oh, you're cleaning the closet. Come out of the closet, Sandy. Come on out of there, girl. You get out of the closet. Sandy's in the closet. Okay, so anywho. So here's the backstory. Around 10 p.m. on Saturday, February 22nd, Mills and Walker brought the 10-year-old boy to Advent Health Waterman, where doctors immediately noticed he had numerous bruises and burn marks in various stages of healing. Police say, remember I talked about this case, you guys. Yeah, YouTube said add suitability last time I talked about this case, but you guys know me. I get very passionate when it comes to cases like this. Walker immediately left, and mom left the hospital after she learned law enforcement had been contacted. She later came back with the boy's 9-year-old brother. Remember, we did talk about this, y'all. I know nobody pays attention to me, but yes, I did talk about this. So they automatically, knew that this was a case of abuse. And I'm going to see if we can pull up some pictures of their house. The boy's life was marked by unimaginable suffering. The Tavares Police Department released additional details in the case. They were able to uncover information about the alleged abuse that was shared by the younger brother. So the 9-year-old was like, I'm telling you what they did to me and my brother. Throughout the search of the home, trigger warning, officers discovered multiple tools used in the suspected abuse, including a 6-foot ladder, a 10-pound weight, duct tape, and thick insulated copper wire. Wait, what's up with the ladder? Hey, Justice for Summer, what's up with the ladder? A 6-foot ladder? Please don't tell me. The details of this story are very disturbing. If you are easily triggered, please feel free to leave and come back another time. We do not say anything about somebody who has to leave because they're easily triggered. A lot of us in the communities that I know of here on YouTube, have been harmed in some way throughout their life, whether it be DV, whether it be when they were children. Hey, Steven's at his booth. If anyone's around, crime mobsters, go to his booth and buy something. Buy something from him, for real. Okay. Police alleged that after the 10-year-old boy was restrained and had a 10-pound weight, trigger warning, wow, repeatedly dropped onto his stomach. I'm sorry, you guys. It is so hard for me to tell these horrible stories without saying what actually needs to be said. I have a hard time making up words for what these people have done to some of these children. I don't get it. I don't get how someone can come on to these platforms and speak of racism and be racist and say some of the things that are said. I know that I say the F word a lot, but wow. When I read a newspaper article and I say what's in the article, for some reason YouTube is like, add suitability, right? That's just the way they are. I'm kind of used to it by now, but I'm going to freaking say what they did to this boy. So again, trigger warning. 10-year-old boy was restrained, had a 10-pound weight repeatedly dropped onto his stomach. His hands were bound above his head, leaving him defenseless. They also found a thick insulated copper wire, which was allegedly used to inflict harm on both of the boys. A sweatshirt and sweatpants were also found with duct tape wrapped around the arms and ankles. Police believe that that is what the boys were wearing, or boy was wearing, when these very evil things were being done. There's a picture of the weight. There's the weight. There's the ladder. My goodness. Kimberly Mills, the boy's mother, and her boyfriend are facing multiple charges related to the alleged, and we have to say alleged. You're always innocent until proven guilty. We have to say alleged, for real. These were the charges prior to the 10-year-old boy losing his life. Kimberly Mills, the mother, 2 counts of aggravated child abuse, 2 counts of child neglect, 1 count of tampering with evidence, and 2 counts of accessory to aggravated child abuse. The nasty boyfriend, here they are right here, mommy and boyfriend. He's got 2 counts of aggravated child abuse, 2 counts of accessory to aggravated child abuse, 1 count of tampering with evidence. No, he need what? Okay, so they both got the 2 counts of aggravated child abuse. They both got tampering with evidence. Mom got child neglect, 2 counts of child neglect. He didn't. So they're giving that to mom, the child neglect. And so she's got an extra charge. She's got the extra charge of child neglect. They refuse to cooperate with the investigation. The Tavares Police Department has released additional details surrounding the brutal abuse of 2 boys ages 9 and 10. They were unable to uncover the details of the abuse through information shared by the younger boy. What we know is the 10-year-old did pass away. Details regarding the timeline of the alleged abuse and the exact circumstances of the child's death remain under investigation. Wow. When they released the announcement that the child had passed away, they described the child as a victim of unimaginable abuse and neglect at the hands of those who were meant to care for him. This innocent child's life was marked by unspeakable suffering, and his loss has deeply shaken our community. They gave an updated statement on Saturday. Our department has been unwavering in our efforts from the very beginning. This little boy showed incredible courage and strength, holding on for as long as he could. His bravery and spirit have deeply touched us all. Though his loss is immeasurable, we will carry his memory with us as we continue to fight for justice. We humbly ask that you keep his younger brother, father, and extended family and friends in your thoughts and prayers. Wow. That's crazy, you guys. That is crazy. There's a picture of him, and I'm not gonna play. They're upgrading the charges, Debbie. They're upgrading the charges. Let me see. They are seeking the death. They're seeking the DP, Debbie. They are seeking the DP. Okay. I just wanted to get that one thing out. So yes, Tavares County is asking, the prosecutors are seeking the DP for the mother and boyfriend involved in this little 10-year-old boy's Xavier Williams. His name is Xavier. They will seek the DP for Kimberly Mills and her boyfriend, Andre Walker. At this time, they are only accused of brutally unaliving this little 10-year-old boy through a lot of torturous methods, I'll say. They are now facing upgraded charges, including first-degree red rum and aggravated child abuse. Oh, hang on, Chad's knocking. So yes, Xavier passed away in March after weeks fighting for his life in the hospital. This is very sad. So yes, I will go back over to the other one. I want to see exactly the pictures that they had in the house, because they announced new developments. Now, I don't know if the new developments was that he passed away, for sure. Yes, they did upgrade the charges. I'm going to go ahead and show this news report. Let's listen. Hold on. Let me find my earbuds here. Terry T, where you been? What time is it there? What time is it there, Ladybug? Ladybug, Ladybug. Okay, hold on. I thought I had my freaking chat pulled up. I thought I had my chat pulled up. No, Mary. No, Mary, you are not Google certified to have your channel on Google. I don't think, anyway. I ain't never tried to look for myself over there. I ain't that popular. I am not that popular. But I am a good guy. Okay. I am a good person, I think. I try to be. What can I say? What can I say? Terry? Terry, why do you have my lives on your channel like that? That's kind of weird. Do you only have me on your channel? Inquiring minds want to know. Okay, well, I guess you love me that much. You got a whole playlist of me? Why? Okay. Why do you only have me over on your channel? Okay. All right. All right. Check that out. Check that out, one of y'all. Oh, on your TV and tablet. Oh, well, I'm glad you like me enough to have my stuff on your channel. That's really sweet. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Okay, so let me get this pulled up. I wasn't going to do this, but I am today. So give me just a minute. Hold on, it's not going to share my audio. This is where they're talking about the upgraded charges. The upgraded charges. Okay. There's going to be a commercial.
Before you accept an insurance settlement for damage to your car, think about...
No, sir. All right, we're going to have to count down to... Oh, you love me? Okay. Let me get it set up here. Oh, closed captions not available.
Good afternoon. Thank you all for coming out
Can
today.
you guys hear that okay? Put a one in chat if you can.
Lake County, Florida. We're here today to announce a significant development in the
Terry's a
prosecution of the
female.
defendants responsible for the murder of 10-year-old Xavier Williams. Present with us today are some of Xavier's family members. We have the victim's father, Keneal Williams, and his aunt, Camille Williams, who will be addressing you later on today. We have his two cousins, Nadine Romaine and Marie Faulkner. With me this afternoon are Assistant State Attorneys Ken Nunley and Nicholas Camuccio.
Thank you, guys.
Who presented this case this morning to the grand jury. We also have, to my left, Tavares Police Chief Sarah Corsi and Tavares Detective Doug Roberts, who investigated the case that we're going to talk about this afternoon. And before I get started, I'd be remiss if I did not mention that we recognize what our brothers and sisters in Walton County, Florida are going through right now. Yesterday, they lost a deputy in the line of duty. So on behalf of the people of Lake County, I want to let them know that they are in our prayers. As you know, the individuals responsible for the murder of Xavier are currently charged with second-degree murder and child abuse. And that's been the subject of some discussion in the media. In Florida, to charge somebody with a capital first-degree felony, you have to bring charges before a grand jury. Charging somebody with second-degree murder and child abuse gave us the option of keeping them in custody while we convened a grand jury to present evidence so they could make a decision on whether or not to indict. So that's the process that we go through. And in particular, when you have a child that's been abused and then dies some days later, you don't know, it's kind of a moving target. You don't know when you're going to have your finality. So that was the reason that we made those decisions, and the police department made those decisions to make those arrests at that time. Today, we're here to announce that the grand jury indicted 37-year-old Kimberly Mills, the mother of the victim, and 36-year-old Andre Walker, the paramour of Mills, on 5 counts. Both Mills and Walker were indicted as principals to first-degree murder, principals first-degree felony murder, as well as aggravated child abuse. And at this point, I want to read portions of the indictment.
This is about 18 minutes long, so I'll just let it play out.
To some extent, what information, or at least what evidence, the grand jury considered when they made their decision. So for count 1, and this applies to both defendants.
Of course, we know who you are, Jenny. We all do, darling.
First-degree felony murder. Kimberly Mills and Andre Dwayne Walker, on or about February 22nd, 2025, did unlawfully and feloniously, while engaged in the perpetration of a certain felony, to wit, aggravated child abuse, kill and murder Xavier Williams, a human being under the age of 18 years.
And of course, I have to say trigger warning, because the news stations can absolutely speak this way, but remain calm can't. So, trigger warning, everybody.
Count 2, as to both defendants. Principal to aggravated child abuse, first-degree felony. Kimberly Leon Mills, Andre Walker, between December 24th, 2024 and February 20th, 2025, did unlawfully, actually, intentionally commit one or more of the following acts of striking Xavier Williams, a child under the age of 18 years, against his will, or intentionally cause bodily harm to said child by striking him with a dumbbell. And in the commission of said acts of battery, did intentionally and knowingly cause great bodily harm, permanent disability, or permanent disfigurement to said child. Count 3 of the indictment, principal to aggravated child abuse as to both defendants, first-degree felony. Kimberly Mills and Andre Walker on December 24th, or between December 24th, 2024 and February 20th, 2025, did unlawfully and maliciously
Wow,
punish
they
Xavier
just
Williams, a person under the
terrorized
age of
this
18
boy.
years, by striking him with various objects to include a dumbbell, boxing gloves, flashlights, and a copper rod in violation of Florida statute.
Wow.
Now, as I said earlier, there's a 5-count indictment. The last 2 counts will need some redactions. There will be copies of them available for you.
Oh my
Today,
gosh.
we're kind of prepared to talk about counts 1 through 3, which include the first-degree murder and the child abuse. The other thing I want to mention at this point is I'm going to announce today that we
Hey,
are
Raindrop.
seeking the death penalty as to both defendants in this case. As you know, Florida law allows for capital punishment for the most heinous of crimes and for the most vulnerable of victims.
That's so
what we have in
sad.
this particular case, and that's why we are here today. At this time, I'm going to read portions of the notice of intent to seek death, which has been filed in this case. The state intends to seek the death penalty in the event the defendant is found guilty of first-degree murder. The aggravating factors the state intends to prove and has reason to believe that it can prove beyond a reasonable doubt are as follows. The defendant was previously convicted of another capital felony or a felony involving the use or threat of violence to the person. The capital felony was committed while the defendant was engaged in or was an accomplice in the commission of or an attempted to commit aggravated child abuse. The capital felony was especially heinous, atrocious, and cruel. The victim of the capital felony was a person less than 12 years of age. The victim of the capital felony was particularly vulnerable because the defendant stood in a position of familial or custodial authority. Those are the 5 aggravators that we have evidence that we expect and intend to prove in this case, should the jury come back with a conviction in the future of first-degree murder. I know that's a lot to digest, and I know I appreciate
That is a
your
lot to
patience,
digest.
because this has been something, as I said earlier, that's been talked about in the media a lot. The Tavares Police Department has done an excellent job getting information out when they can. Sometimes we always work together, and sometimes we have to keep information close until we get to the point where a grand jury has been seated, convened, and then has heard the evidence. So with those updates, I'd like to thank Chief Corsi, Detective Doug Roberts, and Detective Courtney Sullivan for their diligence in investigating this case and keeping the public, as I said, informed all along the way as much as they could.
Wow, this is crazy, isn't it?
The community members who have come out in support of the family in this case. Hundreds of you attended the vigil this past week, and a family that's going through what this family is going through needs to know that they have the support of the community as they move forward. I have personally seen how community support can keep family members of victims, survivors, engaged in the process and give them the strength to make it through, because what they're going through now and what they're going to go through is unimaginable to the rest of us. So with that, I'd like to invite Chief Corsi up for a few comments. Chief, if you.
As your chief of police, it is with a heavy heart that I stand before you to address a case in which the
This
life
is
of an
sad,
innocent
you guys.
child
Trigger
was tragically
warning.
taken by individuals who are supposed to love and protect them. This case has profoundly impacted my entire agency, and I would like to take this opportunity to commend my team for their unwavering professionalism and commitment to seeking justice for Xavier.
This is
Her
so
efforts
sad,
have
you guys.
ensured that his voice has been heard. I would also like to extend my gratitude to the detectives who worked in close partnership with the state attorney's office and who will continue to do so in the days ahead. Special thanks to our state attorney, Bill Gladson, and his team for their dedication and support. I am deeply appreciative of the outpouring of support from our community, who have rallied behind Xavier's family during this difficult time. It has been inspiring to witness a community come together not only to mourn the loss of Xavier, but to honor his memory and now to seek justice in his name. I have full confidence that our state attorney's office will ensure that Kimberly and Andre will be held accountable for their actions. This is not an act of vengeance, but a solemn response born out of the respect for Xavier and his family.
Okay, I'm going to stop it right there. I'm not going to play the whole thing. So we do know that they are trying to get the DP out of that for real. And I'm going to have to go back and check on a few things on that. So we will keep an eye on that. I don't understand. A lot of this is either moms and their boyfriends, or there's even been, do you guys remember me talking about a case where dad had a little girl and he met this woman on social media and he found out that mom was doing nasty things to the girlfriend that he met on social media who came to live with him was doing horrible things to the little girl and videoing it. So it happens with women just as much as it does with men, for real. So I will keep up on that. That is so sad. Keep Xavier's family in your thoughts on that, you guys. So how sad is that? So an update on the pregnant teenager that was with the 40-year-old man. She was found. Now, Sophia Franklin was allegedly found on her 17th birthday in Nebraska with Gary F. Day, who has been charged with child abduction. She is now home with her parents. This is the 40-year-old guy. So we do know she was pregnant. She went missing in February and was found on her 17th birthday with the 40-year-old man. Sophia Franklin was found in Nebraska on Wednesday, April 2nd, almost 2 months after she disappeared from her residence in Beaver Dam, Wisconsin. Okay, Gary Day has been arrested on several charges, including abduction. Okay. Sophia was reported missing on the 3rd of February, a day after she was seen in her Beaver Dam residence. At the time, they, put out an Amber Alert and identified Mr. Day as a suspect in her alleged abduction. Now, he is reported to be the baby's father. He's reported to be the baby's father. My understanding is they met online and her parents tried to stop that, and somehow she was still able to communicate with him. They went out for her birthday, on her birthday, and she actually spoke with someone, and this couple thought that the whole situation was weird after they spoke with her, and they are the ones that called law enforcement. So, yes, she is not 21, but yet her picture is on here. So, come kind of a crazy story. But yes, she has been found and she is at home with her parents. Very young. And like I said, he's allegedly the father. I have to say allegedly because I don't know. Wasn't there when the deed happened or anything like that. So crazy. People are very cruel. People can be so cruel. And these children can't speak up and they can't fight back. They can't protect themselves. There's no way that they can protect themselves. And it's so sad because, you know, parents are supposed to protect their children, not harm them. Do you guys know how heavy a 10-pound weight is? Oh, I wanted to pull that up. Darn it. Let me see if I can find that. Hold on. Shoot. Let me see if I can find that. Hold on a minute. I think it was the... They put a purple up against me. They had pictures of the inside of the house that I wanted to pull up. So let me see if I can find that article again. Okay, I think it's this one. Let me see if I can pull that up. Damn it. I know I had it up here where they took... Oh, here we go. Maybe it's this one. Hold on, we're going to see something here. Oh, maybe I already showed it then. I thought they were showing... Let me see. Hold on a minute. Let me see if this is showing the pictures of the house for Xavier. I don't know if they're going to release it or not. I'm waiting on the ad to go poof. Well, I mean, I do hope they get the DP. They plead out is what they do. And that's the sad thing about it. Okay, now I'm not sure if we're going to, they should be showing pictures of the inside of the house. All right, hang on. Let me see if I can get back to it. Let me share this tab. Hold on. Hopefully you guys will be able to hear this. I don't know if you can. Hold on.
A 10-pound weight wrapped in duct tape. Tiberias police now say Kimberly Mills and her boyfriend Andre Walker taped her 10-year-old son to that
Trigger
ladder
warning.
and were dropping the weight on his stomach as punishment.
Wow.
Police say that's what sent him to the hospital back in February.
Trigger warning.
The boy remains unconscious and in critical condition at Arnold Palmer Hospital. Investigators say Mills' 8-year-old son told them he received the same punishment recently. He also said the two allegedly hit them with boxing gloves, a flashlight, and a copper wire.
Wow.
Walker was in court yesterday hoping to get bond, but the state asked the judge to keep him in jail.
Has no blood relations to this child.
No relations to the child.
Was able to brutally torture the child. There are burn marks on the child.
Trigger warning.
Bruises throughout. The child still remains unconscious at this time from these injuries.
Heartbreaking. So sad, you guys. Yep. So sad. Every time a missing person is found, we should do something. I watch a show where they do a shot of... Maybe you're talking about a show called The Missing. And they do a shot of, I don't think it's apple juice. I think they do tequila shots. But I think it's supposed to be a shot of, I never heard it was apple juice, but you're probably right. It probably is apple juice. Probably is the apple juice. For real. For the real. Okay, let me get rid of this real quick here. All right. I have a very crazy story now. Okay, this is a crazy story. Let me give me 1 minute. I got one more case. You want me to drop the link? Hang on, Terry. Give me a couple minutes. You guys give me a second. Okay, you guys, I have a wild case for you. Take a good look at these people. Take a good look at these people. We have, I'm eating a little Debbie snack cake that I really don't need because it's got sugar. I'm not supposed to eat a lot of sugar. Look at these winner chicken dinners. Martina Jones, Aaron Bradshaw, Austin Bradshaw, David Cessna, Chance Johnston, and Michael Esquada. Okay? Let me tell you what these guys did. Winner chicken dinner. Okay. 6 people accused of torturing and holding a man captive for a week. Extremely disturbing. Trigger warning. 6 people in Ohio are accused of kidnapping a man, torturing him for 7 days, including whacking the crap out of him with a take me out to the ball game type of device, if you know what I mean, and depriving him of food and water. Aaron Bradshaw, 49. Austin Bradshaw, 23. Chance Johnston, 27. David Cessna, 26. And Martina Esquada, 28. And Michael Esquada, 28. Have all been charged with felony kidnapping to terrorize or inflict serious physical harm. The group allegedly kidnapped a man took him to the Red Roof Inn, and from March 14th to March 21st, they just wailed on this guy. He was being essentially, trigger warning, tortured, assaulted over the time frame of a week. His injuries were the result of a take me out to the ball game device. They hit him with their closed hands, we'll say, elbows. They used their feet when he was on the ground. Over time, resulted in multiple fractures of his bones. They kept him for about 7 days in that hotel room, whacking the shit out of him. Very disturbing situation. The judge appointed lawyers for all 6 of them, set a bond of $200,000 for each one, and declared them all low risk in the terms of coming back to court. So let me get back over here where I'm showing you these pictures. Because Remain Calm was like, wait a minute, WTF? Why would these people listen to this woman right here? Well, hey, Lisa. Okay. Lord help us. They all look, okay. So this is what happened. Here we go. An Ohio polygamist, her husband, and her 4 lovers were thrown behind bars after they allegedly kidnapped and tortured a 26-year-old man held captive in a motel room for a week in a sick revenge scheme hatched by the group's twisted matriarch, which is supposed to be this Martina lady. Martina Jones, 28. This is her husband. Oh, wait a minute. Which one's her freaking husband? Hold on. Okay, where's her husband at? Okay, Martina Jones is right here, 28. Her husband, Michael Esquada, he's down here in the far right-hand corner. You know, he kind of looks like a werewolf. He could be a werewolf, maybe. And boyfriends, Aaron, Austin, David Cessna, and Chance Johnston. She was doing all these guys. She had kids by some of them. That looks like this. What is this? Daddy and his son too? We'll get back to that. We'll get back to their pictures. The deranged lovers, who reportedly share multiple children, brutally whacked the crap out of this victim with a take me out to the ball game type of device, forced him to stand for extended periods of time, and only allowed him to eat and drink once a day over a 7-day stretch. Would he not become her little love person? The victim, who was also viciously hit with closed hands, and they used their feet. He only slept for a total of 10 hours while he was held against his will. He was being tortured, assaulted over the time frame of a week. His injuries were the result, like I said, of a bat, closed hands. They, what do they call it when they do that? Kind of like curb stomping or something. I don't know. But over time, it did result in multiple fractures of bones. and this is something I don't understand, and we'll get into this. So Martina ordered her deviant beaus to abduct the victim on March 14th, carry out the nightmarish scheme as retribution following a scuffle at her home. The victim, here we go. This is what he said. The victim told police a dogfight erupted at the crazed woman's home that resulted in her breaking her arm as the pair tried to stop the brawl. Jones, however, lied and told her companions that the man crippled her limb. Oh, so the dude is saying that this lady, there was a dog fight in the home and he tried to help her cover, get it to stop. Somehow she got her arm messed up and she told them that he did it. Wow. The man was rescued on March 25th. This is the weird thing. They let him go to a Speedway gas station where he talked with someone and said, call my mom. When mom was contacted by a stranger, she knew something was up. Mom went to the motel room and freed her son, whose body was littered with injuries. Wow. Wouldn't they have heard that? Wouldn't somebody have heard that at the motel? I mean, they were there freaking Andrew, what's up, brother? How you been, Andrew? Hey, will you drop Andrew's link, please? Okay. It's clearly a strange situation where you have multiple adult men involved in a relationship with a female. All these guys were doing this lady. They were all doing the deed. She got them to commit felonious assault and kidnapping. What? They are being indicted, like I said, for kidnapping, 3 counts of felonious assault, 2 counts of tampering with evidence. They are being held on a $200,000 bond. Let me see if I can get some more pictures pulled up here. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Okay, let me get the advertisement. I don't like advertisements. There they are. Now, we have not seen a picture of the victim, okay? We have not seen a picture of the victim. But these fellas here, some of them have kids with this Martina Jones. So instead of it being a polygamous relationship where the men took a wife, it sounds like she was the main control, right? The main control person. For real. There's the Red Roof Inn. Be careful going to the Red Roof Inn. Yeah, she just want him tortured. They all look like brothers. Lord, this is crazy. Crazy. Are you kidding? Well, you think someone would something. What do you mean? Hills have eyes or wrong turn. You're right. They look kind of creepy. And this is in Ohio. I didn't know Ohio had a lot of polygamous people. Maybe I haven't been paying attention. I don't know. Maybe I don't keep track of it. So, needless to say, they all got themselves in a little bit of trouble. Well, we don't mention her over here, Terry T. I don't give her no attention at all. She is not getting any attention. Only one room, they were all in the same room. Yeah, you would think that absolutely that for sure. For sure, for sure. All right, there's the link. If you take it, please watch your words when you come up on panel. You got to kind of police yourself. Andrew, there's the link if you want to take it. Come and tell me what you think. What do you think, Andrew? Hang on, I got to put my AirPod in.
Okay.
What's up, Matthew? What's going on? Or Andrew, what's going on?
Oh, you know, just waking up. I had a little trip yesterday.
Oh, you did? Where'd you go?
Oh, we went to Staten Island and then, you know, paid a little visit to a certain house in New Jersey.
Oh, nice. Well, as long as you had a good time.
Oh, yeah, I did. But I don't think we'll be hearing from Ro anytime soon.
Why? What happened?
That's where I paid a visit.
Wow, really?
Well, how many times have I told her don't play with me?
Well, that girl just...
I didn't do nothing illegal.
Well, that's good. Well, it's not unlawful to go by people's houses.
No, streets are public, and so are the sidewalks.
Yep.
So,
kind of crazy.
Well, I was a good boy.
Well, did you actually have a conversation with her, or?
No, I just told her, you know, I don't know how. I told her several times I could reach out at any time I wanted to, and she did, and she wanted to sit there and keep my kids in her mouth. So
Right.
I reached out and I proved a point, and I said, listen, and I told her straight up, don't play with me. Keep my kids out your mouth, and I won't have to come back to your house and handle this the good old fashioned way.
Right. Well, I just quit even giving her attention. I don't even acknowledge her.
Well, I was nice. I just drove. I was nice. I drove by.
Well, that's happening all around. People are pulling up on people who's starting shit with them. So,
well, you shouldn't say negative things about my kids.
Well, I just think she's done that for so long. I think that's just a way that she knows she can get attention from people, because she did it with lips too.
Oh yeah, I know, but not a lot of y'all are too far away to even, you know, do anything.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm only a 4.5 hour drive.
Right. For sure.
And
yeah, I wouldn't say that, Andrew. I wouldn't even let her know you were that close.
Oh, I did. I posted the video.
Yep.
But listen, I want to make it loud and clear. Mama Bear had no clue I was even going.
Oh yeah, she'll probably definitely throw Mama Bear in there for sure.
Oh yeah, I know. I just want to make it clear so everybody knows. She had no clue I was going. She only knew I was going to Staten Island. Well,
right.
You know, that was only Staten Island's only 2.5 hours from where she lives. So,
you know, this is what I'm going to say. I actually did try to be nice to her.
Mm-hmm.
I tried to give her.
You always did.
I was always very nice to her. So.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing. We were all being nice to her, and then she got on some foul stuff.
No, Andrew. You were exceptionally nice.
Yeah, I shouldn't have been.
I was overly nice myself.
Oh yeah.
you know?
No, when she came into our chat, remain calm, you weren't as nice as what Andrew was.
Carrie, I let the girl come up on my panel.
We both did.
I let her in my
Yeah.
chat. I tried to
Yeah.
give her missing children's cases to cover.
She
Well,
was
you
just
wasn't
really
around
weird.
with the whole
No,
mama bear stuff. So.
I still was following. That's
Mhm.
why when you said why am I the only, I was still following everyone, but I've been going through such a hard time that I've not been in really anybody's chats.
Well,
I hope things get
the
better
only
for you
time I
guys.
wasn't nice to her was when it came to the point where she made me not nice to her. So
Mm-hmm.
She was just
wasn't
weird
on me. Oh well.
from the get-go. When
Well,
she first came into the chat, she was just really weird.
We went
Yeah.
9 months. 9 months without that
Yeah.
woman around running her mouth. And then all of a sudden she becomes best friends with some other chick and she's right back at it again.
but
How
I
was
mean,
she back on YouTube? She was supposed to be banned.
She's evading.
no, it
But sorry,
doesn't.
I didn't mean to
Look,
take over
it
your
do-
chat, man.
No, you're cool, Andrew. It doesn't freaking matter. You know, if you get banned on YouTube or whatever, they take your channel.
No,
A lot of times you just
This
start a new one. It doesn't
this
matter.
is true. I've
Yeah,
seen Molly Go Lightly is back up and running.
Mhm.
unless they take it and put your IP on their blacklist. If they put your IP your
Oh, yeah, they
IP
did that
address on
to-
blacklist, it don't matter how many accounts you have, you ain't accessing YouTube.
Yeah, they did that to Doug of No Thanks when they took his. They
I know.
No, but he
they
I made
claimed
sure
it's
of
like
it.
they're not coming back on anymore. So
He really did try to come back up,
No,
but they booted him
Doug on
straight
No
away.
Thanks is my fault. I took it.
well, I
Me
mean,
and a few others
lot
took it
of-
because he sat there for 2 hours replaying Hunter when he had a video of Hunter where Hunter was dancing and shaking his ass, and he kept making nasty little comments about it for
Yeah.
over 2 hours and staring and sitting there talking about
well,
my
why
son.
the hell did he do that? I mean, I had where he was dancing in freaking a diaper or underwear or something. Remember when he did that
Yep.
Halloween song and he was dancing around?
Yeah,
I mean,
but no, me and quite a few others reported him to sending back for that, and he's not really on Kick anymore because I reported him because he tried doing that same shit over there too, and I
Right.
wasn't
Isn't he
having it.
on Rumble?
yeah,
I mean-
he's on Rumble or something. I don't know.
Yeah, because any
Yeah.
other major platform, he
I
got
agree
booted because he
with
keeps
you.
going over that damn video and he won't let it lie.
Well, that's kind of stupid.
Well, I'm saying, I had no big issues with him. I actually liked him until he did that, and then I had a big issue.
yeah, I always liked some of his content too. I never really had a lot to say about him, but
No,
I
good.
did like some of his Summer Wells content, you know.
Yeah, I'm saying that's what I'm saying. He did good up until that point,
Right.
and then it was just game over. And it's like, dude, I can't allow this to keep going. It's disgusting.
I don't know about with Doug. He just got weird.
Yeah,
Well,
and that would have, and if I would have let it low, what kind of a parent would I have been?
right. No, I
I mean-
agree with you. I mean, that's your son. You handle that however you need to handle it.
But I'm
I-
saying I don't want to see anybody lose their channel.
I still even call him H, you know. He's grown now. I can call him Hunter, but I still call him
Oh,
H.
yeah.
So
I still
I mean,
call him H
he's-
in my
listen,
mind
he's
when
up-
I
he-
think about him.
When he was underage, I got upset with his name getting thrown out there. Now that he's 19 and
And why the
his
freaking
own man, I don't give a damn.
John B going out now 4 years later?
Yep.
Oh, what is he trying to prove?
I don't know, but he also knows that I caught him. I went at him once because he tried to hunt down where my son was. Literally was out there actively hunting my kid like he's a piece of shit. And I got pissed and I went after him. And I started hitting him. He started getting hit with community guideline strikes left and right. He was
Right.
Don B was on the verge of losing it
I
until he
just
turned
don't
around and
understand.
apologized and
Like,
stopped.
Mary
actively
asked
hunting
me
Hunter.
earlier why she was the only one on my playlist is because she's the only one that I really follow. But
Mhm.
I've just been out of action for so long.
Right.
But you know, like I look at everyone else and I watch their shit.
Right.
And I'm like, why, after all these years, is he going out there and he's seen what's that alcohol drink he's got over there? We don't have it
Twisted
here.
Tea?
Sorry.
The Twisted
Sorry.
Tea.
Yeah, the Twisted Tea can and you know, all this sort of stuff. And I'm like, why?
It shouldn't matter because it really shouldn't matter because you know what? It was 4 years ago. It could have been irrelevant.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking and he could have just said it there.
That to
God,
me, honestly, the Twisted Tea. I mean, we're talking about 5%. She said there was all kinds of cans out there. Nobody, they can say whatever they want, unless law enforcement went out there and got every can of Twisted Tea and did DNA test on it. Nobody can prove that she actually gave him the Twisted Tea that day, unless I think didn't she admit to it, Andrew? Didn't she say that she gave him the Twisted Tea?
At one point, I think she did.
That he drank it or something like that. But
yeah.
I mean, that's something that had been going on for quite a while. That wasn't the first time, from my understanding, that something like that happened. And Allie was allowing it. So, you know, what are you gonna say? For real.
I've had joint custody of that boy since 2018. With the
Right.
strict rule of whatever happens in my house stays between me and him, and whatever happens in her house when he's with her stays between her and him.
Right.
But you know,
well,
the kids are going to talk. And when
Andrew,
I found
Mary
out about
knows.
it didn't get me nowhere.
Right.
Mary knows that my adult daughter and her boyfriend lived here with me.
Okay.
And like you know, Mary, like they lived here. And what happened in my house was their business. Like I let you know when it was their birthdays, this, that, and the other. You know.
Well, that's just the way it was. But you know, Hunter wasn't an adult
you
at the
don't
time.
go into all their personal
that's
business.
just a little different. I mean, I agree that some of the things that happened when he was with his mother, Andrew probably did need to know about some of it, probably not all
Andrew
of it.
did.
I didn't know about
you know,
90% of it.
Right.
Andrew did.
Right.
Because when my sons were younger and they were having relationships and they should have been in school, I didn't have custody of them and they were in relationships with girls and stuff.
Yeah, but I mean,
I should have been well aware of that. And their stepmom pulled them out of school and stuff, you know?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you should have, but if you didn't have custody, Andrew had part custody, so
yeah, I had joint,
you know.
but the thing about it is
it's called here. It's
hours for me.
called.
That's
I
the
don't know what it's called in America, but here you have.
Well, I think a lot of people, Andrew, tried to basically say you had never really been a part of his life when it was kind of proven that you were. Because there was, if I remember, there was a picture out there where you guys were in front of a school, right? You and him and Allie?
No. There's pictures of me and Hunter when Hunter was a toddler up till like when Hunter was 6 months old all the way up till the summer before he took him out of spot. Did I pay child support? I did until I paid my child support until she illegally took him out of state at 7.
Oh, so he was 7 when she did that?
Yep.
I'm,
And it took,
7. Oh my
hey,
God.
loves. I'm
it took
telling you,
me,
Andrew, I could have swore I seen a picture of you and Allie and Hunter standing in front of some type of school or something.
I don't know. There
I
might
got
be
to
one out
say,
there
here in
somewhere.
Australia, you
Yeah.
cannot take the children out of state without the other parents' permission.
That's
Well,
how it
that's
is
the
here
way
in
it
the
is
States.
here too. It's the
But
same way
Is it?
here.
yeah,
So
but
how?
it took me until he was 12 years old to find an address so I could do something.
Right.
So when I did it. But
Oh.
at court, at court at court
So how did
I
she
had two
leave
choices.
state?
Huh?
Andrew, what
She
at what
packed
age
up
did
and
she
left.
leave?
She
He
left
said
it. She
She
7.
left state.
left state when he was 7. She took
She
him
picked up
illegally
and
out of
took
state.
him without Andrew knowing it.
Yeah, on my
That's not hard to
visitation
do.
day, nonetheless.
That's a lot of parents fighting for custody or anything like that. Absolutely. It takes a couple hours to throw a kid in a vehicle with their belongings and hit the road and head for another state. So that's easily done if somebody really wants to do it.
Right. And what I'm
I
saying
just
is when and what I'm
yeah.
saying is from the time he was 7 till the time he was 12, I had no clue where he was, no nothing. So I didn't pay my child support. I said, fuck you. And I used, and yes, granted, that put me in a hole and got me quite a few jail stints in that short time. But the ends justifies the means.
Right.
Because if I was to stay on my child, if I would have kept up on my child support and paid it and kept it concurrent to where there was no back bill, I would have never gotten his damn address.
Yeah.
Well, the thing about
That's
it
the good
was,
thing about over there. We don't have that here. My son has absolutely zero contact with his children.
Yeah.
And, you know, I make dumb because they live with the other nana. And
Oh.
I make it really stupid when he rings me. And he says, well, I can't see the boys, so I just won't pay child support. We don't have any backup for that here.
Oh no, here we do. If you don't pay for X amount of time, X amount of
yeah, you can go to jail.
Yeah,
you can go to
you
jail
do up
over
to
it.
6 months
Yeah,
straight.
I've seen that, Mary. I've seen that on plenty of.
But the thing about it is that with certain, it depends on where you are and what state you're in. Up here, for me to be able to even get charges brought up for parental kidnapping, as it's called, I would have had to take her to family court, and family court would have had to put the charges on her for it to become a legal case.
Right. But
So-
you really, the thing about it is, Andrew, you really didn't want to do that to her, did you?
Oh no, the thing is, I really
mean,
did.
Well, I
Like,
know you
that's the
did,
hard
but
part.
for
You don't want
Hunter,
to.
you didn't, right?
I really wanted to. I wanted to. It would have been 3.5 to 4, 1 to 3 to 4 years in prison per each state line she crossed. Stop yelling.
Let me ask you this though, Andrew. Okay, you said she took him at 7 and went to, I'm assuming she went straight to Tennessee with him.
Yeah.
How long was it until you found out exactly where he was? Was he 12?
Yes.
Did you say?
12 years old.
Okay, so that was 5 years.
Yep.
Did you kind of know where he was though through
Nope.
Facebook or anything?
Nope. I was blocked on Facebook, everything.
Oh, okay.
Like, even my number was this. Even she blocked it. She even blocked my phone number. Like, my whole family, everybody was blocked.
Right.
Oh my Lord.
But listen, due to me not paying child support, losing my license, go in and out of jail for that 5 years due to not paying child support.
Right.
I wound up getting his address
Right.
because they were taking me to court again for non-payment, and they slipped up and gave me her address.
Well, I wouldn't know why they wouldn't have gave you the address. I would have
Because
thought
because it wasn't her taking me. It was
it was
child
the
support
state.
collection.
It was
Yeah.
the state taking you. Yeah.
And why I wanted to move down there is because I was moving down there to be closer to Hunter, and the schools are a bit better than what is here in my hometown.
Right. Yeah, you said that the whole time, that the school
Yeah.
systems and
Yeah.
Everything
like
is,
that.
and not to mention it doesn't get negative like 20 degrees down there. The weather's
Yeah.
the weather's
I
better.
really didn't agree with your brother saying that, you know, your nephew was the only one graduating.
He
when
graduated.
Hunter had-
Right. Hunter graduated. My
Yeah.
eldest son is graduating this year, and my daughter's following, and my youngest son's graduating this year.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
you
I've
have
daughter
been
is graduating next
Andrew,
year.
seriously, I've been watching everybody. I didn't agree with your brother just because Hunter doesn't share the same last name. It doesn't mean
The
that
boy's not
he
really
wasn't.
liked at this. The boy's not really liked throughout the family due to his recent choices in life.
the thing about it is, Andrew's brother said a lot of things about Hunter. He's not
I know. I just
showed me many
didn't agree
favoritism,
with
you
that.
know.
Mary, you know, like Paige is a kippin, and
He's-
she's the only one out of the 4 children, 5 actually, now. She's the only one that has graduated, been to university. Oh, Mary, Paige graduated from university in criminology.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
Jesus. We got a lawyer
yeah.
on our hands, people.
In criminology, it means that she can become here in Australia, it means she can become a what's it called?
I do not know.
Probation officer.
Probation officer.
Oh, Jesus. That's good. That's a good line
Yeah,
of work. Oh, Jesus.
she can become a officer in the jails.
A CO.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
and she can also work for law firms. But she doesn't want to do the above. She just wants to do the law firms.
Nice.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nope.
She doesn't want to judge people.
Listen, if I was to ever move back, if I was to ever try to move down there and actually be able to, I would only go down just to see my grandkid.
Oh my God, we only just found out that Paige can't have babies.
I'm sorry, dear.
But-
it
Oh,
is
no.
confirmed Hunter is having a daughter, by the way. That is confirmed.
She is my only daughter. My sons, both of them, have children.
There's
But,
nothing wrong with that.
oh
listen.
my Lord, she's my
Just
youngest, she's my baby, and it just kills.
Listen, she can always adopt. Stop it. There's
Oh,
plenty
no,
of
she
babies
won't
out there that are
adopt.
looking for a good. There's plenty of babies out there that are looking for a good mommy and a good family.
Oh
like yours.
my Lord,
Stop it.
if that child was to adopt, she'd adopt the dog.
Why does that sound like my 14-year-old?
Mary knows.
I'm gonna hop off here. My house is getting a bit crowded. I got
All
the ladies
right.
are
See
bringing
you
their
later,
girlfriends and boyfriends
Andrew.
over, so.
Bye,
Thank you.
Andrew.
Bye,
I'll be
everybody.
watching
Good
you
luck.
and your
Alright.
fish tank.
Good
Yeah,
luck.
that'll be back up tonight. Much love. I'll see you on the next.
Shut up, people. Good luck, Andrew.
You too.
I'll see you later.
Later.
All right, Terry, I'm getting my
Good
butt off here,
Lord.
girl. But it was nice to see you. I'm glad you're still around, keeping an eye on
I've
everybody.
been watching everybody. I just been lurking. I've been really depressed.
Right,
So
right.
I've
Well, I
only
know,
been
yeah, I know you
lurking.
go through a really hard time. I remember when you were doing, what was the treatment you were doing? Remember when you were in the hospital?
Oh, the ketamine.
Yeah,
Ketamine.
Yeah, when you were doing the ketamine treatment. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what you call it, ketamine over there. We
Yeah,
call it
we call it
ketamine.
ketamine. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
But it is
that was
spelled
an
ketamine.
absolute.
We just got a little hickness to us here. You know,
Yeah,
we talk a little
no,
hick too. You say ketamine, we say ketamine.
yeah, we
So,
say ketamine over here. But yeah, no, that was a failure. And then, you know, I've had that pain stimulator thing. I did that. That
in
was
your
before
back?
the ketamine.
Was that in your, I mean, did you have surgery? Was that in your back or something?
Yeah, they did that. It was only it was the same as the ketamine. It was here they put you in hospital and they do trials.
Right.
And I felt like it was working to a certain degree, but it
Right.
wasn't working enough apparently for the specialist, so they decided not to implant it.
Well, how would
So,
they know if it wasn't working enough if they didn't implant it to start with?
well,
I
they
mean,
did a temporary one where I could like
oh, so they did
you
a
can
temp one to check
reduce
it
and
out.
up the
No, okay,
levels.
wait. So they did surgery and put one in just to try it out, and if they
Yeah,
saw
and
it
then
was
you have
working
like this remote
properly,
control thing where
right? But
you
they
can
were,
control it.
yes, but I
Mm.
mean, so if it, I mean, I understand what you're saying, but you're saying that it was like a temporary one they put in, and then they were going to go back in and put a more permanent one in.
Yeah, if they felt like it worked.
Okay. Yeah,
And
that
I felt like it worked to a certain degree,
then
but
how
they
would
didn't agree with me.
that doesn't make sense. If I would think if the patient was saying that this is working for me, why would they say
That's
no,
what
it ain't
we
working?
thought.
Huh?
That's what we thought. We thought the same thing.
That
We
doesn't make
thought
any
that,
sense.
yeah, it didn't make any sense to us either.
I would have got a
And
second
we
opinion
just,
on it because if it was working, then
well, we have now decided to go to a second pain specialist
oh,
who
so
apparently has,
oh, okay. So are you like seeing pain doctors? Is that what it is?
yeah,
You see pain doctors? Okay. Okay, I
yeah,
see. Yeah,
and
if you got problems
yeah,
with your back, yeah, they recommend getting all kinds of stuff done. So,
yeah. Well, I've been through the works. Like, oh my God, I've been through so much. So
yeah,
the only one, because now they've stopped me from driving because I have seizures.
right. Yeah, not a good idea to drive if you have seizures
So,
for sure.
well, back when, when I used to pop on panel, back then I was having little seizures. Now I have big seizures with FND,
Mm-hmm.
the functional neurological disorder.
Mm-hmm.
So, and now they've decided I have chronic nerve disorder as well.
Right.
Well, chronic nerve pain.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of people who have that chronic nerve pain.
I am on so much medication. I've never popped so much pills in my life.
Lord, girl.
Seriously. I take like 8 tablets in the morning, just in the morning.
Wow.
It's just ridiculous. And Craig's trying really hard now that Paige isn't here and she's in Canberra. Craig's trying really hard to get off the boat because in the last 3 weeks, I might have eaten maybe 5 meals
Right.
because I can't cook, and the frozen meals he left here for me, I've eaten them, and
Well, have somebody go to the store for you. Can you not have somebody go to the store for you?
If people would show up, Mary.
Right. You should be
That's a
able
big
to order.
problem. Since
You should be able to. Can you not order them? Thank you, Sandy. Thank you, everybody.
every time that we've tried to do online orders, everything that I eat, which is really healthy food, has not been available.
Yeah, I get that. I just went and brought some fruit last night and walked out like with a $45 bill just for fruit.
Just pre-made meals, like
Right.
fresh stuff and whatever, you know, because we have Woolworths here.
Yeah.
I think you've got Woolworths over there.
No, I don't think we have any left.
Oh, you don't have any left?
No, I think they're all gone. And we don't have Woolworths. Not that I know of. I don't have any Woolworths around here
We have
anymore.
Kmart.
Well, we had it back in the day. We don't even really have Kmart anymore either.
We have Kmart here, but Kmart doesn't sell food here anymore.
Right.
So my nephew that lives around the corner, he's going to go tomorrow. He's got my key card. He come and got it today.
Well, that's cool.
He's going to go and get me some stuff.
Cool.
But, like, he hasn't been around for the last 2 weeks.
Right. Well, I'm sure there's some place that you can call there, right?
No.
Well, so no adult services or nothing will help you with things?
We have been knocked back on everything.
You don't have where you could call and your insurance would pay for someone to come in and help out in your home a couple times a week?
No, FND, our health insurance doesn't cover that sort of stuff. And FND here in Australia isn't covered. They say it's curable.
Okay.
Which it isn't. It's not. There's no
So
cure for.
Do you have fibromyalgia too?
I've got no idea.
Huh?
Since all this has happened, I know that I'm now vitamin D, vitamin B deficiency.
Yeah, I've got to take vitamins
I
too.
I am taking the vitamins, Mary. It's not helping. I have high cholesterol. The cholesterol tablets aren't helping. I don't eat any junk food at all. I only eat healthy. I am allergic to the sun. I'm allergic to all opioids. So no matter what I do, there's no turn. That's why I've not been in any chats. It's been a lot to absorb. It's been a shitload. From a really active person to you can't go outside because you end up with hives. You can't overactivate yourself because you can't take painkillers. You can't. Well, you really can't do anything. I can't hear you. Why can't I hear you?
Huh?
Oh, there you go.
No, I'm listening to you. I'm listening.
Yeah, it's just.
Well, I wish you nothing but the best of luck.
Yeah, I know. And we just got ourselves a little Dash Hound, and she's going to go off and get her. So she's my support service
Oh,
dog.
yeah. Yeah,
So we've
that's
got
sweet.
her. Her name's Luna, but I think we should have called her Lunatic.
That's so cute.
She's just crazy,
Right.
and she sticks to me like glue. She's ridiculous. But here in Australia, they've only just brought in this year. If you've got a small dog and they're a service dog, they can go on flights and stuff.
Oh, yeah, they can do that. Yeah.
Yeah,
They
well, they've
definitely
only
can.
just brought that in here in Australia this year.
Right.
So that's why that's why Craig got me a small dog.
Right.
And then because he's never home, it gives me something to,
Be with, yeah.
someone
Keep
to
you
be with
company. Right.
and
Keep you
fuss
company
over.
for sure.
And, because, it's amazing when you really get sick, as you know, when
Right.
you probably found that out when you had your heart attack.
Right.
When you get sick, everybody leaves. Your friends don't drop in.
Well, most of the friends I've had in my life, I don't necessarily need for them to drop in. I'll go
Oh,
meet them somewhere else. I'm just kidding. I get it,
yeah,
Terry. I
no,
do.
with me though, everyone, all our friends here,
Right.
because Craig's mum passed away, and
Right.
I thought I got close to his sisters, well, one of his sisters, but boom.
Right.
And because I can't drive anymore, because I used to be the designated driver for everyone.
Right.
We used to go out and go, we used to do,
So you
you know,
can't
you
drive
go on,
anymore, and so now that you need somebody to drive you somewhere, they're just like poof, disappeared, right?
yeah, they've
Is
all
that what you're
gone. No
saying?
one,
That's
no,
basically what you're saying.
absolutely no one comes near me.
Wow.
No one. A girlfriend that I used to have rang last night, and I said to Craig, and she used to work for us.
Right.
And I am basically a grandma to her children.
Right.
And her daughter goes to a school where where Craig's niece's husband works. And I never hear from her. They were always here when the kids were little. When she got sick, I was always the one to call on. It was just one of those things. And then
Carrie,
I got sick,
right.
and now she lives just over the road from me.
Right.
And then she rang last night because we were inquiring about cookies.
Right.
For my pain, because I'm allergic to painkillers. Who in the world is allergic to painkillers? Oh my God, only me. So we inquired in the fishing industry about cookies. So she rang last night. She said, I heard from this person, and I knew that, and I haven't heard from her in months. Like, it'd be 12 months. I treated this girl like she was my daughter.
Right.
I treated her children like they were my grandchildren.
Well,
we went to Japan for a holiday, and I had the kids.
Right. Well, Terry, maybe they realize that, you've got a lot of things going on right now. So
no, she was just ringing for gossip because the guy that asked the other fella about the cookies told the fella that I was riddled with cancer.
What?
So she was just Yeah, she was just ringing for an update. So while we were on the phone, Craig was ringing home, and I said, ring back in 15 minutes.
And she never
Craig's
rang
ringing.
back.
So then I messaged her and I said, off the phone, call back. No, nothing more after I told her I wasn't riddled with cancer. She was just ringing for a gossip update.
Oh, well, that's messed up.
It was
love
nothing
gossip,
to do
though.
with nothing to do with
love
anything
gossip,
else.
Terry. But
So did you get my message about Mel?
No. Did you send it? What'd you send it? Messenger, Facebook?
No, I didn't. I just put a message on one of your group chats and said Lucy Cat passed away.
No. Did she?
Yeah.
That is, wow. Should I ask what up? I don't think I need to know what up.
I don't know, Mary. I don't know. There was nothing on Facebook about how her sister.
Wow.
Her sister
That is
put
so
up.
sad.
Yeah. So I have no idea what's happening with Eric or anything like that. I just know that Mel has left us.
That is sad. That is sad. Rest in peace, girl.
I know, she was such a beautiful soul.
To me, she was young. She looked young to me.
Oh my God, Lucy Cat was younger than me.
Oh, I know she was a lot younger than I was. I never ask her her age. I'm not that kind of person.
I'm 50. Oh wait, what's this year? Oh my God, that's how bad I am. What's this year? 2025.
Right.
That's this year.
Mhm.
I'm 52 this year. She was 50, I think.
Right. Yeah, she was
This
pretty
year.
She had a lot going on, so she
Her
really
blood
did.
pressure and stuff, I think.
So that's sad. Yeah, I don't
So,
care.
yeah.
It's none of my business what she passed away from. I just,
Well, nothing was put up on Facebook. They just said that she'd passed, and
yeah,
I had left a message on a group on one of your. I
didn't see. I must have not have seen that.
I did one for Justin. I did one for Ziggy. Justin apparently.
You just picked what? Where'd you leave the comment at?
Just on a comment. On one of your chats, your latest chat after she'd passed, but it must have been in between your heart attack. Justin had gotten contact with Ziggy. Justin had gotten contact with Ziggy to make sure that it was the truth, because she was a mod over at Ziggy's. So
yeah, she was a mod. I
know.
don't know if she was a mod again for Smiley or not. But
I have not. I let Smiley know too on a comment.
Yeah.
I let Smiley,
really
Justin, Ziggy, and know that was it. And
yeah, that's surprising.
No, Andrew, no.
That's sad. Well, rest in peace there, girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know which show, Debbie. I would have seen it, I'm sure.
Here in our old chat knows that Lucy Cat and her real name was Melissa.
Yes, ma'am, it was.
Yeah, because it was the same as my sister-in-law.
Mm.
And I couldn't bring myself to call her Mel or Lisa.
Right.
So I used to call her Melissa. She was like, "You're so official," I said. Because we used to talk on Messenger.
Right.
So, can't bring myself to call you Mel or Lisa because that's my sister-in-law, so you're Melissa.
Right. Yeah, I get
Yeah,
it. Well,
so
that's really sad. So
I
really
have
messed
no
up.
idea what's happening with Eric or anything like that.
Okay.
All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, I gotta
really
get off
probably
here,
should
girl.
go to
I'm
sleep.
10 minutes behind on
It's
getting off here.
4:30 in the morning, and
Yeah, go chill out, get some sleep, whatever.
I probably should before the puppy decides. But I saw you on live, and
Well,
yeah.
I'm glad you come over. I hope things get better for you. I
Well,
do.
I'm always watching, but I just never get into chats much anymore. And lately,
Yeah.
I've been saying hello to a few people, and
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with
yeah,
catching up. I'm not gonna be on later. I'm not.
that's okay.
I don't know.
I'm
I
not
mean,
going to
if
be
I
on
pop
later.
up, if I find something and I pop up with it, I'll be popping up with it. You guys know that's how I
I've been
do.
following the Madeline Soto case
Yeah, I
really,
have
really,
to.
really closely.
Yeah, I've got some jailhouse calls with Steven Stearns that I want to play. I
Oh,
need to get that pulled up. Maybe I'll do that tonight, if I get a little bit of time.
what's his name? Jumpsuit Pablo's been doing it, but he
Oh,
keeps
good.
getting demonetized because he keeps saying the P word.
Right. Yeah, don't say it.
Yeah, because
No.
he can't help himself. He starts listening and he starts listening to
Right.
Stefan, and he says the P word, and he goes,
Right.
and then he goes in his thing, he goes, can't say it because I keep getting demonetized.
Right.
And then he goes, no, and then he says it.
Wow.
Because some people just can't handle it and can't
Man.
not
Well,
say the word. And considering Jumpsuit did 10 years,
right. Yeah.
he knows the dude's not looking good.
Wow. Yeah, he's not. He ain't looking good, but all right, girl, I'm gonna get off here and go hang
All
out.
right, Mary.
Fine.
Take care.
All right, you too,
Say
darling.
hello to your fams.
All right. Well,
And
come and
hello
hang
to
out.
chat. We Scottish Ma. Missed you.
Yeah. All right, darling. Thanks
All
for
right.
letting me know about Melissa too. I appreciate it.
No problem.
All right, bye, sweetie.
Love to all. Bye.
All righty. Thank you, Terry T, for coming up. Thank you, Andrew Hiltz, for coming up. And I hope you guys remember the stories that I told you to start with. Don't forget about them. Don't forget about Xavier. Do not forget about the victim of the whatever little clannish 6 people weird shit going on guy who got held in the motel room and knocked around, but they let him go to the freaking Speedway gas station. How much sense does that make? You keep him in a room for a week, beat the crap out of him, but then let him go to the Speedway gas station by himself to get something. What the fuck? What the fuck? Okay, I shouldn't be laughing about that, but okay. Peace out, everybody. Thanks, mods, for being here. I didn't mean to keep you on here that long. So if I do get on tonight, maybe I will find the Steven Stearns jailhouse calls. One of them that I listened to, I made sure to hang on to. It's very interesting what he says. Okay, peace out, everybody. Have a good afternoon. And thank you for hanging this long. I appreciate it, if you know what I mean.